Got it.
Good morning.
Good morning, spiritual creatives. Secret strategies to overcome fear and step outside of your comfort zone. Oh boy, Rich and I are on a roll this Tuesday, right now on New Thought Tuesdays. We're going to expand on the topic of kicking fear to the curb.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a timid person or feel fear. You don't have to be a timid person to feel fear. We all feel fear. We all have some sense of fear in our awareness. Recognizing how you keep yourself stuck and how fear keeps you from your creative success is essential. So we're going to help you identify how fear is diminishing your creative power and what you can do to root out fear and replace it with creative confidence. Now, our live stream discussion today with me and Rich, we will identify the value of stepping outside of your comfort zone, the value of that. And then we'll go into the inner circle discussion together on Zoom, where we'll share our secret strategies for overcoming fear and stepping out of your comfort zone so that you can be the very best you can be. So take time out of your busy schedule and give yourself a metaphorical hug and spiritual kick in the pants and join us today during our live stream exploration. And then join us in the inner circle discussion afterwards. You will breathe deeper and more confidently after you do. I personally guarantee it. Hey, Richard.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. I'm excited. I've really enjoyed so much our conversations this week in preparation for New Thought Tuesdays. And I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. Fear is number one killer of your dreams. It'll just paralyze you so that you can't even move forward with your dreams. So we're going to kick fear to the curb.
We're going to kick fear to the curb, people.
Yeah, really excellent. I'm excited. So today we're going to talk about different types of fear, the fight or flight, concern, jealousy, any of these things that bring up fear, doubt, or worry. We're going to add doubt and worry in there too, because it's all part of the same thing. It's all part of your emotions. And fear, as we know, it's an acronym for false evidence appearing real.
Yep.
And so we're going to take and we're going to see through that false evidence. We're going to see to the truth, the spiritual truth of who you are.
And I think that's a great thing that you point out. I've changed my spell check to allow for fear, no space, doubt, no space, and no space, worry, fear, doubt, and worry, because it shows up in fear. That's why we said in the opening, you don't have to be a timid person. Fear does not necessarily only bring timidity or it's fear. Fear's got really kind of a bad rap in a lot of areas where it's something that people don't even want to acknowledge that they have. It's like, fear equals weakness. I disagree with that. I do not think that recognizing that you have a concern, a fear about something equals weakness. I think it equals strength without question. So what kind of fears are there? This fear that is that we have, we were saying, the idea of concern. Concern is a form of fear. Look, I've got a concern about our relationship here. I'm feeling reticent about it. Reticence can bring us, it's a low level fear. Jealousy, a little bit higher level of fear. A feeling that something's going to be taken away from you. Fight or flight. Okay, as we like to say, the saber-toothed tiger is there and ready for dinner and staring you down. That's fear too, but that's not the only fear that there is. It comes on a long continuum.
Yeah, and if you can just let go of that fear, then nothing can stop you from creating a dream. How do you let go of the fear? We're going to talk about that after the live broadcast. But letting go of fear, I always turn to my spiritual principles, that allows me to understand my connection with the infinite intelligence, God, divine presence, whatever you want to call it. And so I always go right there. And let's talk about some of that fear. I had fear last night.
Oh, do tell me.
Okay.
What's going on?
My blood pressure went up.
Richard.
What?
I'm fearful for you. I'm experiencing fear for you.
No, don't be concerned. It's all taken care of. Infinite intelligence is taking care of it. And I'm going to tell you how infinite intelligence has taken care of it. So anyways, it went up really high, almost to the point where I should have gone to the emergency room, but I didn't. And instead, Kimmy, my coach, Coach Kim, had me do some prayer work and relax and do prayer work. And then she had me stand up and hold my hand on my chest and ask my inner self, my inner spirit, is this something to be concerned about enough to go to the hospital? And if you lean backwards, that's a no. If you lean forward, that's a yes. And I did that 2 or 3 times and I kept leaning backwards. She goes, okay, keep doing that. If it feels like you should go, you should go. All of a sudden, we did a prayer. She said, you want me to pray for you? We did a prayer treatment and the blood pressure went down. And then we asked for insight as to what brought this on. And that's where the miracle comes in, guys. That's where the miracle comes in with prayer. I got intuition, and that's the way God speaks to you, that to look up licorice. Okay, licorice is really bad for your heart. And they say if you're over 40 or 50, and if you have a heart problem, you should only eat 2 ounces of licorice a day. Well, I went to the movies the other night and I pounded a big bag of black licorice. Okay. And so it's like, okay, so now we know what it is. Not the bad heart. It's licorice is not good for your heart. It's not good for you if you have heart concerns, and I do. So anyways, that's what I'm talking about, fear. So I got into fear. Oh my God. And the more I was fearful, the more this, I was dizzy and kind of like feel lightheaded, couldn't breathe a little bit there. And the fear was bringing on more of that. But when I went into prayer and I called my coach and I talked to her about it and we did the work, we asked inner spirit, it's the time to go to the hospital, and inner spirit, when I leaned back, said no, inner spirit. And then the intuition, asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find, knocking shall be open, is what I always say. And that's what the master said from Jerusalem, was that whatever we want, we can have. We just have to ask and believe that we're going to receive it, and then act as if. And that's what I'm talking about, fear.
And we're going to get more into that. We're going to get more into that when we go into the inner circle discussion about how to deal with these ideas of fear, just as you were identifying it and then using prayer and intuition and asking spiritual questions and giving yourself some sense of that calming. So that was all a process of connecting back with your sense of creativity.
Yeah.
So you had a fear, physical ailment. This can be close to a fight or flight sometimes. You had that kind of fear, but you did not resist. Yeah. You acknowledged, you identified, and then you didn't resist labeling it. And I think that's one of the things that we have to be aware of, is our resistance to acknowledging fear in ourselves. And it's a fine line. We don't want to create more of this energy by focusing on this energy, but we also don't want to create more of this energy by resisting. No, I'm not fearful. I'm okay. No, I'm fine. That's a resistance. To be into a place, as you became with your fear, where you can come to a place of a neutral alignment. That's where the creativity then can flow. When you're not that there are not creative things that can come from fear. Look at all of the research you did based on licorice. Just because of your fear, you brought some value from that concern into your life. But you didn't resist it. And it's the resistance that I think can really compound that fear. That's what I've experienced in my practice and certainly in my life.
Yeah. For me, the opposite of fear is faith. And so it's all about building your faith. And it doesn't you having, a heart problem or whatever it is, that's fearful. Also, for me, my peeps, filmmakers, you can have fears of rejection. Are the critics going to like my work? Fear that I'm not going to be able to raise the money, fear that I'm not going to be able to do this. It's so much work putting a film together that you have all of these fears. But through prayer and through faith, you can move through these, through the faith, you can move right through these blocks. Get centered and know the truth about yourself.
Absolutely. And with all of the creative arts, with whether you're in a filmmaker, you're a director, you're a producer, whether you're in music, as my folks tend to be really energized by music, actors, also rejection. A rejection is a big concern, a big fear can be in the acting profession. Getting typecast or not having enough work, that kind of thing, these kind of fears that come up in our creative selves, if we focus on these fears, they become even greater.
Yeah.
I can tell you, when I was acting, I absolutely focused on fear. And it was just dynamite to be able to let go of it, just to let go of it.
Great. Well, on the inner circle, let's talk about some of the things you did. Let's say you're going on stage. I know a lot of actors get that little pit in their stomach and they feel like they're going to, throw up or something from nervousness. Well, what do you do? And you probably have a lot of experiences with that, maybe breathing exercise or whatever. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the inner circle discussion of how to take this fear and move out of it and release it. And that's what we've been doing actually these last few weeks. But today we're going to move into this idea of identifying what your comfort zone is and actually choosing to move out of that comfort zone with a creative intention. So let's just talk briefly about what a comfort zone is. I mean, and I've got a very technical, spiritual definition of a comfort zone. Quote, your same old, unquote. The comfort zone of what you always do, what you always have done, and not embracing the ability to move into some new or different behavior, new or different relationship that serves you, new or different creative endeavor that serves you and you can serve. So this comfort zone can be, it's a wonderful thing. There's nothing wrong with being comfortable. Comfortable is really great. But when we are staying in a certain place for fear of moving out of it, we're really limiting our creativity. I don't care what area of the creative industry you're in. When you stick in your comfort zone and are fearful of going out of it, that Rich and I are recommending that you get out of your comfort zone. You recognize what your comfort zone is, and you start allowing yourself to have more courage, more confidence, to move outside of the comfort zone in something that's new and different to you. And this has a lot to do with what our comfort zones have a lot to do with our assumptions, what we assume is true. If we can move out of our assumptions and try something new as a human being, as a creative, a creative author of our lives, this is where the fear gets embraced, realized as not as important as it feels sometimes, and you can expand your creative awareness. It is essential.
Yeah. Know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Yep. And so, the truth is that you are unlimited. You're an unlimited being. There's no limitations to what you can be doing, have in your life. And when you know that, when you know you're connected to what I call infinite intelligence, it allows you to just move through these blocks, just move through them. It's like, be gone. That doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. You can just move through it. It's all in the mind. It's all in your head.
And we'll talk more about this. We're about to go into the inner circle, but it really has a great deal to do with a similar experience of what you expressed, that you were experiencing with your physical fear and how you move through that. Is there anything you want to share before we go into the inner circle discussion with our super secret creatives?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Let me just look over my notes. I think we are good.
Good. Oh, we're also going to be talking about surrender. Oh my God.
Surrender.
We're going to be talking about that. Okay. So for those of you who are here, we're looking forward to talking to you. For those of you who aren't here, get your creative butts into here. We want to spend some time with you in the inner circle, hear what you have to say, help you in any way that we possibly can. We are here for you. We got your creative backs. You want to know more about what we're doing, go to newthoughttuesdays.com. And if you want to be reminded that we're doing these sessions on Tuesdays, because we do them every day at 10 every Tuesday, every week on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. in London. Join us. We'll send you a couple of brief emails to remind you to join us and give you the link to join the Zoom room with us. So that's New Tuesdays for this week. Mr. Smith, I look forward to this conversation we're going into. We'll see you all there.
Yeah. Okay. Take care. See you on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.